kingdom coming, and to reconcile the lost, to redeem the whole creation. You did not despise the cross, for even in your suffering, you saw to the other side. Knowing this was our salvation, Jesus, for our sake you died. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings.
In the morning that you rose, all of heaven held its breath, till that stone was moved for good, for the Lamb had conquered death. And the dead rose from their tombs, and the angels stood in awe, for the souls of all who come to the Father are restored.
And the church of Christ was born, then the Spirit lit the flame. Now this gospel truth of old shall not kneel, shall not faint. By his blood and in his name, in his freedom I am free. For the love of Jesus Christ, who has resurrected me. Singers with us. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. Praise forever to the King of Kings. Praise forever to the King of Kings.
You a couple of things. And, I mentioned earlier that today is the last Sunday we'll be receiving our Lottie Moon Christmas offering, or at least that emphasis. But also in the vein or in the thought or focus of missions, in just a moment, my daughter Rebecca, who is going to be going on a mission trip next summer, wants to share a little bit about that. And she'll let you know how, if you want to get on an email list and stay updated and what she's going to be doing. But before that, I wanted to read a Christmas card. Our church received a Christmas card from Pastor John and Danielle, and I know how much they mean to us as a congregation. And so on the outside it says, "Rejoice in the Lord." And then on the inside it says, "To the church family at FSBC. We want to thank you all for being so generous to us upon my retirement from full-time ministry. Over the years, you glorified God with your faithfulness, and our years there were a blessing beyond compare for us. To say that we miss all of you would be an understatement. I think we miss them as well. We know the difficulties you have faced with some of the church family passing, and know that we continue to pray for FSBC, and that our hearts will always be with you. With love, and until we meet again, John and Danielle Fields." That's what they wrote, and then the inside of the card says, "May the sweet sounds of Christmas fill your heart this season." So that was the special card for all of us, and like I said, that meaning holds dear to all of us as well. So I wanted to encourage you with that. So Rebecca, come and share for a moment. She's going with a ministry called 20 Schemes. Scheme, S-C-H-E-M-E, like a scheme. And it's titled that because in Scotland, a scheme, she'll be going to Edinburgh, scheme is what we in the United States would call a housing project or government housing. And it's a difficult area. And perhaps personally, I enjoy church history. It's amazing to me the history of Christianity that runs through Western Europe and specifically the British Isles, but how dark they are now spiritually. And so I'm going to let Rebecca share a little bit about what she plans to be doing next summer. And the reason I'm having her share today, in just a couple weeks, she'll be going back to the main campus to continue what she's been studying online. And so we wanted to make sure if you wanted to connect with her about that, that you could do that here before she gets out of town. And then from campus, she'll be going to Scotland next summer. So come, Rebecca, and share.
Yeah, so good morning, church. So like my dad said, the Schemes is a low-income housing complex in Scotland. And so I have the opportunity to go on a 10-week short-term mission trip to Scotland, and I will be partnering with 20 Schemes. And basically the whole goal and purpose of this ministry is they go into these housing developments and they plant churches like in the communities. And so they're located all over Scotland. There's multiple locations. And so I will pretty much just be sent to a specific church plant, and I'll be helping with evangelism, just outreach in the community, and I'll just be helping with whatever practical ministry needs that the church has. And so I would just really like to invite you guys just to join me in prayer. I have 3 specific things that I would like you guys to pray for. First, I would just like you guys to pray for the people in Scotland. As my dad said, it is a very spiritually dark place. And even though it's very, like the Schemes are very low income and there's poverty and there's a lot of heavy drug influence, like that is not their main need. Like their main need is to know the gospel and to hear about Jesus. And so that's the whole point of 20 Schemes, is that they just want to show the love of Christ to these people that are just living in such dark environments. And also what they do with that is they just, kind of their whole goal is to help disciple and train up the people in the church, so then that way they can send the locals out to also go and church plant and minister to the community. So it's just a really cool organization. So pray for the people in Scotland, just that the Lord will just open up their eyes to their need for the gospel. And then secondly, I would like to ask you to pray for me, just as I'm preparing to go. So I don't leave until about the end of May, so I still have a while, but I have to go through training processes, I have to fundraise, all these things. So yeah, just keep me in your prayers. I would greatly appreciate it. And then third, I would like to ask you to pray how God would lead you to financially support me and 20 Schemes. Because in order for me to go, I have to be 100% funded and supported by other people. So that's you, yay. So if you feel led, I would appreciate that you would just financially support me, but also just most importantly, just pray for the people and pray that the gospel will be spread there. Yeah, and also I have a sign-up sheet in the back, so if you'd like to be added to a prayer list or a newsletter, or if you'd like to receive more information about how you can specifically donate, you can either talk to me after the service, or you can just write down your name and email in the back. Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay, you guys, we're going to sing some, like my dad said, some Christmas carols. So if you all stand up, and we'll have some time for